Welcome back to the deep dive. You came to us curious about one of the most exciting shifts happening in the modern workplace. We're talking about how companies are finally adapting to cognitive and neurological differences,
Mm.
what we collectively refer to as neurodiversity.
hmm
Okay, let's unpack this. We've got a stack of fascinating sources in front of us covering, well, everything from learning science to some really cutting-edge algorithms. Our mission today is sharp. We are going to extract the key insights on how artificial intelligence, AI, is designing truly adaptive learning platforms, the kind that specifically close skill gaps for neurodiverse employees. So that includes individuals with, autism, ADHD, dyslexia, and a whole range of other differences.
And this deep dive is just so crucial right now because the conversation, it's moved so far beyond simple accessibility.
It's a business conversation now.
Exactly. It's fundamentally about business strategy and, frankly, talent retention. I mean, neurodiverse employees often possess these exceptional skills, pattern recognition, deep focus, innovative thinking. But traditional training models, they're so rigid, so standardized. They frequently fail to utilize this talent. They create unnecessary skill gaps right at the starting line.
So we're looking for a solution that offers the necessary support, the flexibility. But before we get to the AI, let's really establish the foundational problem here. What exactly is neurodiversity, and why do conventional training methods, the ones most companies are still relying on, why do they fall so short?
Well, neurodiversity, it simply describes the natural variation in the human brain. That's it. It encompasses all the differences in how people think, how they process information, learn, and experience the world around them.
So it's about difference, not deficit.
That's the vital point. The sources are so clear on this. We need to stop thinking about, accommodating some fixed standard and start thinking about designing for natural variation from the ground up.
And like you said, these differences are tied directly to unique strengths. The creative problem-solving skills, that enhanced attention to detail. Companies see this, they want it, but they hit a wall when they try to onboard these employees effectively.
They do, because the learning environment is a complete mismatch. I mean, think about some of the specific struggles detailed in the material. An employee with ADHD, for example, they often thrive on novelty, on rapid context switching. But a standard 8-hour compliance module,
Oh, that sounds awful.
it requires prolonged, unbroken focus. It can be just immensely taxing and frustrating.
Immediate sounds like a system that's designed to punish their natural cognitive style.
It is, exactly. Or, consider employees on the autism spectrum. They often prefer highly structured, predictable processes. But so many conventional training sessions rely heavily on these sort of ambiguous group discussions,
Reading social cues.
reading unspoken social cues, navigating these very fluid conversational demands. That environment itself becomes this massive cognitive load. It just diverts energy away from the actual learning.
So the immediate takeaway is really unavoidable. If a company wants to access and, keep this talent pool, they can't just use the existing training and hope people adjust. The environment has to adjust to the learner.
Precisely. If you fail to accommodate the diverse needs that are inherent in your workforce, you are systematically creating artificial skill gaps, and you're preventing skilled employees from contributing fully. The whole organization loses out on innovation.
Which brings us right to the game changer, AI. Because traditional training, whether it's an instructor or just some static e-learning, it can't possibly provide that moment-by-moment personalization that diverse learners require.
Right. A human trainer just can't adjust their delivery pace, their content format, their tone for 50 different people at the same time. It's impossible.
Here's where it gets really interesting. How does AI actually achieve that deep individual personalization? What's the core mechanic?
It all comes down to a constant feedback loop. It's driven by data analytics and these adaptive algorithms, these AI platforms. They're constantly ingesting data on your behavior, your response times, the complexity you thrive at, which format you choose.
How long you're spending on certain ideas.
Exactly. And based on that data, the platform instantly adjusts the pace, the style of content delivery, and the cognitive load.
So it's not just a playlist of videos. It's a living system that uses my own interaction with it to build a curriculum just for me. Can you give us some concrete examples of that tailoring in action?
Oh, absolutely. The system detects these subtle but really important patterns. For instance, if the AI recognizes that you process complex information best through visuals, let's say you spend extra time on infographics and you do really well on a quiz right after seeing a diagram,
Okay.
it will automatically weight the rest of your curriculum toward more images, more videos, more visual metaphors, and it dials back on those dense blocks of text.
And what if someone struggles?
Yeah.
How does the AI step in without making the learner feel, judged or slow?
That's the critical part. If the AI detects a struggle, maybe consistent low scores on a quiz, or just a measurable slowdown in processing speed, it doesn't just stop, it instantly adjusts the course material. It might introduce a completely alternative explanation or break a concept down into 3 smaller micro steps instead of one big one.
Or a different format entirely?
Or a different format entirely, moving from reading to an interactive simulation, for example.
It sounds like the AI platform is almost like a protective shield. It makes sure neurodiverse employees get that perfectly tailored experience so they can achieve mastery without feeling rushed or alienated or exposed.
That is the key takeaway. It removes that standardized barrier, and it replaces it with a flexible, low-stake structure that really prioritizes comprehension over some, standardized time limit.
That sets us up perfectly to look at the required architecture. So if a company is looking to invest in or design this next generation of inclusive learning platforms, the sources identify 5 essential features that have to be there. Let's walk through that blueprint.
Yes, these 5 features, they are the strategic pillars of a truly inclusive design. The first one is personalized learning paths.
Okay.
Because neurodiverse employees vary so widely. I mean, someone with dyslexia has completely different needs than someone with ADHD.
Right.
The curriculum has to be adaptable. This feature ensures you progress at your own cognitive pace. If you need 20 minutes to process a concept others get in 5, the platform allows for that. It guarantees you fully grasp the material before moving on. That prevents knowledge gaps.
And as we discussed, learning styles are hugely important. The second feature addresses that directly. Multisensory learning options.
Yes. And this isn't just about, mixing things up for fun. It's about providing genuine choice in how you take in information. So you need a variety of content, text, audio, video, interactive exercises. For example, employees with dyslexia, they benefit enormously from audio descriptions of written content.
That makes sense. It reduces the cognitive load.
It reduces the cognitive load of just decoding the text so they can focus on actually understanding the ideas.
And if we look at the autism spectrum, they might have a preference for more visual structure.
Exactly right. Learners on the spectrum often prefer highly structured, sequential, step-by-step guides, things with very clear visuals and minimal ambiguity. They prefer that over, say, abstract analogies or dense textual explanations. So, multisensory just means the platform defaults to the best mode for that specific individual.
That brings us to feature number 3. Real-time feedback and support. Why is immediacy so vital here?
For any learner who might struggle with prolonged focus or uncertainty, immediate constructive feedback is absolutely essential. It maintains engagement and direction. These AI platforms offer instant feedback on your performance. They can provide clear, actionable hints if you get stuck.
Like a little nudge.
A little nudge. Or it can instantly suggest supplementary resources to reinforce a weak area. It really shifts the focus away from a final grade toward continuous supportive guidance.
And feature number 4 addresses the environment itself, which can be a huge source of distraction or stress.
That's the flexible learning environment feature. It's so important. Neurodiverse individuals often have heightened sensory sensitivities, so the platform itself needs to provide comfort options. This means letting users easily customize the interface-adjustable text sizes, crucial background color changes,
Contrast modes, things like that.
high contrast options, yeah, and fine-grained audio controls. These adjustments minimize sensory overload and external distractions. They make the whole experience more comfortable and effective.
And finally, the 5th feature, which targets engagement and effort, especially when the material gets complex.
That's gamification and motivation tools. And the genius here isn't just, adding badges for fun. It's about using game mechanics to manage cognitive load. The platform will strategically break down complex tasks into smaller, ultra-manageable steps.
So you always feel like you're making progress.
Exactly. The use of progress tracking, micro-rewards, and achievable challenges helps maintain engagement, builds confidence, and provides that positive reinforcement you need to stay motivated.
That is a powerful and very detailed toolkit. So let's zoom out a bit. Beyond the individual learning, what operational and cultural barriers does this kind of AI system solve inside an organization?
Well, culturally, it immediately addresses the issue of stigma and psychological safety. In a traditional setting, if you can't follow the group's pace or you need to constantly ask for accommodations,
It can be really alienating.
it can lead to profound feelings of alienation or frustration. AI platforms remove that social pressure. They offer this deep personalization but without judgment, which reduces the emotional and psychological Burden?
So it's about institutionalizing the accommodation, making it the default instead of an individual struggle.
Precisely. And operationally, the benefits are all about scalability and efficiency. I mean, traditional individualized training is prohibitively expensive. It requires so many human resources, dedicated trainers, support staff to manage diversity well. AI platforms solve that. They provide personalized, high quality, ongoing support 204/7 without needing to constantly increase staff headcount. And that makes highly specialized training infinitely more scalable across large global organizations.
As AI continues its rapid evolution, we have to look ahead. You mentioned next-level
Yeah.
personalization earlier. What does the future of inclusive learning look like? Is it just better adjustments, or is it proactive?
Oh, we are absolutely moving to proactive intervention. Future developments include dramatically more sophisticated AI algorithms that can actually predict an employee's learning preferences and potential challenges before they even begin the training.
How would that prediction even work? What kind of challenges we're talking about preempting?
Well, the AI would analyze existing data, maybe from pre-assessment diagnostics or just observed input preferences, and it uses that to anticipate specific friction points. For example, it might predict that a learner will likely experience cognitive fatigue after 45 minutes of abstract reasoning, or that they're highly susceptible to visual overload. This allows the platform to proactively inject breaks, or switch modalities, or introduce summaries to preempt the struggle before it happens. It moves the approach from reactive to proactive support.
That is a profound leap. And you also mentioned integrating this with other emerging tech.
Yes, the massive integration potential with virtual reality, VR, and augmented reality, AR. This combination creates truly immersive learning experiences. For neurodiverse employees, this is uniquely powerful because VR and AR allow them to practice complex social scenarios.
Like performance reviews or client meetings.
Exactly. Or complex physical tasks, but in a safe, repeatable, low-stakes simulated environment.
So they get the practice they need without the immediate social pressure or the high consequences of a real-world error.
Exactly. It facilitates critical skill acquisition while managing anxiety and sensory input in a highly controlled, adaptive way.
So what does this all mean for the organizations listening to this? Ultimately, this isn't just an HR initiative. This is a strategic business decision.
By embracing adaptive AI, companies are doing more than just being compliant. They are strategically tapping into a wealth of otherwise untapped talent, creativity, and innovation that was previously marginalized by these rigid systems. Companies that adopt these AI-driven platforms will be strategically better positioned to foster a workforce that is not only highly skilled, but genuinely empowered.
A truly comprehensive overview. It seems that designing these AI-powered platforms is just foundational for future-proofing your workforce. It ensures every single employee has the optimal opportunity to grow and contribute.
It is the future of equitable skill development. By addressing these unique learning needs directly through technology, companies ensure they remain competitive and innovative. And we've discussed AI predicting preferences, integrating with VR and AR, making personalization the default. Hey, consider this provocative thought as you continue your deep dive. As these technologies merge and become the standard way skills are acquired, how might personalized, immersive learning experiences fundamentally change the very concept of workplace orientation for all new employees in the next 5 years? Will that generic two-day seminar, the one that ignores all individual differences, just disappear entirely? That's something fascinating to mull over.